What is going on, everyone? Conservative Video Dipper here. If you got a dip, peck a lip. The crybabies just can't keep their opinions to themselves. They got to keep whining. And for a special treat today, there is a double feature of this same crybaby that we're going to be listening to. I know some of y'all are like, well, come on, conservative. You've already picked this crybaby enough. This crybaby isn't going to stop doing the same stupid shit, same stupid shit. Why should we care about this little crybaby? Well, because what is funny is that um, I've noticed that every time this crybaby goes and does a video, it's almost exactly guaranteed to be the same thing. Well, in his first video, which we are going to watch, it kind of is the same perpetual lies and crybaby bullshit narratives. But in the second one, he's kind of changed up a little bit on us. So I'm like, okay, well, if he's changed his one video a little, then obviously that tells me, for one, that I guess that means that he wants to try to do something different. Okay, cool. No biggie. Like, I don't have a problem with it. I don't got a problem with him changing it up. But anyway, let's listen to the first one.
It was never about legal immigration in white culture.
First and foremost, where do you get off saying that it was never allegedly about immigration when this whole entire shit fiasco happened? Because we had a last president who was a complete babbling, bubbling idiot who didn't know what the heck he was doing, decided that it was allegedly okay to allow thousands or millions of illegal immigrants to come in this country, be able to vote, be able to do everything, live off EBTs and all this shit. Why was it that we had a president do that, and then now we're having to correct it, and then you're sitting here saying, well, it's not about immigration. It's about, in your opinion, white supremacy, which is bullshit. We already know that. We've already called you out on it 1,000 times, and we've already proven how obviously stupid you are for thinking that, because we know that's not true. And whether or not we or anyone may or may not vote for Trump, how does this have to do with white supremacy anyway in the first place? But that's not even part of our fucking goddamn conversation. It's not. It never has been. Only for you. Because, again, you want to cry. And you want something to cry about. All right.
Listen to Megyn Kelly talk about Haitians who are here legally.
And our value.
First of all, whether anyone is here legally or illegally, there are rules and laws that people have to follow. They have to go by rules and laws. They can't just go, hey, let's do this, or let's do that, or let's do this, or let's do that. They're not allowed to. They're not allowed to do that. If you are here legally, fine. That's fine. But if you're here and you are allegedly causing problems, being very problematic, and or you start to feel like you hate this country, then leave. Fucking leave. Don't come back. Hit the road, Jack. Don't fucking come back if you don't like this country. Anybody can. And you're not even, again, putting into context what was the full conversation about, what was she was pointing out to directly.
You being here only dilutes it for us.
I don't ever really hardly agree with Megan Kelly because to me, Megan Kelly, uh, I'm not trying to be mean in any way, shape, or form, but I think Megan Kelly sometimes can be a little over the top. She can be very, very dramatic. She can dramatize shit and make shit out to be that it's not. Sometimes, in my opinion, I feel like she can do that, but I really don't like have much of an opinion on her other than that. And sometimes, yeah, she says things that I don't agree with, but that's okay.
Us, those who built it and live it. And half of you people, more than half, you won't assimilate. We don't want you.
Well, I agree on the assimilate part. If you are coming into this country, you need to assimilate. I'm sorry, but that's just how it is here. If you are not willing to assimilate to America and the rules, laws, and how things should be, you decide that you just want to come in this country and do things your own way. No. I I do think that it's important that yes, immigrants that are coming here legally understand that assimilating is definitely a good idea. And yes, it should be something that they should do. But at the same time, we're not forcing them to be Christian. We're not forcing them to live by the Christian culture laws and the white Jesus that you claim that you think we believe in. We're not asking that of them. We're just asking them to assimilate. And that's easy. That's fine. I think it's fair, honestly. Honestly, for immigrants coming through here to assimilate to this country, I think it's only fair because once they do, they will see something that the life that they once lived in their own country to here is way better and it's going to be better for them.
You. We don't care if you're offended. Get out.
All right. So I do kind of think that Megan Kelly, yes, is again kind of being a little bit over the top about this. But the part where she's like, we don't, the part I will say that we don't care is if you're offended that you do not want to assimilate here. If you come to our country and you don't want to assimilate, then I'm sorry, you got to go. You need to understand our rules and understand why these things are for a reason. Because we have a lot of problems already with alleged bad immigrants that are coming through here illegally, not doing it legally, and they think they can get away with it. No, no.
Go home. Go back to fucking Haiti.
Such a great Christian, Megan Kelly. Wow. What a
Once in my life, I I kind of understand. Not once in my life. For once in my life, I kind of do understand for the fact of what she was saying and why she was saying it and why the importance of her to say it needed to be said in her opinion. But people need to understand that people that come here have to just do what they have to do to assimilate here. And if they just follow the rules and assimilate and whatnot, they can live their own life, believe in whatever God or non God they believe or don't believe in. But they have to respect this country just as much as we should respect this country.
Real piece of shit you are. Praise Jesus.
Yeah. Dude, for you calling her a piece of shit, that kind of does allegedly make you misogynistic or sound misogynistic. And I thought you said you weren't misogynistic, and now you're calling her a piece of shit. See, again, these are the type of people like this guy that doesn't understand the difference between deflecting and acting like what they claim we act like and how they act, which is the way that they claim we act, which is absolutely stupid and ridiculous. You can understand why people are getting pissed now.
Jesus. Love thy neighbor as thyself.
Paul, I think the big lesson should be you to learn to do it first before anyone else, because you have the biggest problem with doing that such thing. You should teach your viewers not to be hypocrites and people that say things that they shouldn't be saying or allegedly implying certain things that they shouldn't be implying.
Forgive thy enemies. Wow, what a great Christian. Welcome the foreigner. Wow.
Not everyone is Christian, Paul. Just remember that. I'm not Christian. So you're going to have a problem with me not being a Christian? Oh, so you're just going to go after the Christians because what, you don't? Yeah, that's right. Because you don't think they act Christian-like. But we know that most true Christian conservatives act a lot more Christian than people like you or people on the left entirely. Great job being Christian there, Paul. You're showing your true colors of you not being a real Christian, being very tolerant of people.
But this is Megyn Kelly's white Jesus Christian.
First of all, most real Christians know that Jesus wasn't white. He was Middle Eastern. No, he was not a Pakistani or a Palestinian. He was Middle Eastern Jewish. You're the only one supposedly that believes that Jesus was white. You're the one sitting here believing it.
Christianity. Assimilate to what? White America? What's our culture?
We have a lot of culture.
Hanging black people? The 3/5 Clause?
No, we have a lot of culture. Farming, gardening, planting. We have a lot of culture. See, that's the thing that these people don't understand. They don't think we have culture. These white, fake Christian saviors, like this guy, like this alleged guy right here, doesn't believe we have culture because he doesn't understand that we do. And two, he hates America so much he doesn't want to fucking leave when he can leave at any given freaking time. but he chooses not to because he wants to be the white savior, the bootlicker. As always, it's always these type of people that sit there and try to say America's the worst. They're the ones sitting there saying it. You don't hear any true military or police officer saying that, or any true American that loves this country. You would never hear any of them say that. But you hear bootlickers saying that because they're being virtuous.
Jim Crow, segregation.
That happened a long time ago, dude. And you're still going on about it, whining and crying about it, when nobody here today in this generation has ever been a slave or owned slaveries, or was part of slavery or owned slaves at all. You're still whining about it. Like somebody took your candy. I don't know why, but I guess it's just something you always do.
Murdering Native Americans.
Bro, did you know that Native Americans actually allegedly murdered each other? They killed each other? Yeah. Just like the alleged African Americans. Just like every other culture that's been in wars or done bad, shitty things. Yes, there are some bad things that have happened a long time ago, but it again does not defy us now.
Putting Asians in internment camps.
Bro, this happened a long time ago. And you're, again, still going to whine and go on about it because you want to be that little white savior bootlicker. Well, keep going. It's not helping you. It's making you look petty.
Taking away women's right to do what they want with their bodies.
We're taking away the fact that women or people should not allegedly murder innocent babies. That's the takeaway from that one. We're not allowing alleged murder to be done on infants that are not born yet. Life starts at conception. What part of that do you not understand? Oh, I know why you don't understand it, because you have not had the time to take sex ed or learn about the birds and the bees and the truth about how life starts. You ignore that because you want to be virtuous bootlicker, as always, the white savior. You claim about this toxic, masculine, white privilege world we live in. That's all bullshit. Because you, as a man, as a alleged Christian, that is a man supposedly of God, should understand what I'm saying. It's true, but you don't because you're not a man of faith or Christianity of God. I know Christians that are way better than you, act better than you, and believe what the Bible says. It doesn't take away or add words into the Bible just to spin the narrative. That is what real Christians do not do. They don't spin narratives. They don't agree with abortion because it's alleged murder. Real Christians do not believe in doing that. Only white savior bootlickers believe that are false, that have an ego, that really need their ego checked.
Turning a blind eye to 40,000 people a year. What in the fuck is white culture? Because it's
obviously you don't understand because you'll never understand. Because from what I can tell right away, directly, is that you don't have a fucking clue, obviously, about anything that you say. This is the time it starts. They don't even know what a woman is. They don't even know what a freaking woman is. You ask them, what is a woman? It's whatever you identify as. No, a woman is a woman with female DNA, anatomy, genetics that when life starts at conception. That's a woman.
Basically, cruelty. And here's another one from a conference the other day at a Klan rally for GOP.
Celebrate your culture. I don't care. Italian, Polish, Somali. Okay? But they don't assimilate. And if they don't assimilate, then they should go the hell back to where they came from.
Sadly enough, I kind of do agree. They do, people that come here do need to assimilate. They should.
Look at his audience. 50 Shades of White. Yeah.
How do you know how many of those people were white? Half of them could have been Latino with people that are black. That, yes, maybe a little bit white. That may also be native. You can't just say, oh, it's just a bunch of white people. See, again, there's where you're being racist again, because you don't care. Because this is exactly what I do. I expose people that, like you, try to use the reverse anti-whiteism, racism on people, and I expose them for who they are.
Praise Jesus! Praise Jesus! We want white America. I'm trying to tell you, people, because you're.
What are you trying to tell us? That you just want people to not be smart enough to think for themselves? Just be like you? Let the media tell them what they have to think, or people like you tell people what to think and say and how to feel? Right. No, that's called control. That's called narcissism. That is also called cult mentality, which is also called being stupid, because you're not letting people think for themselves.
I'm trying to get through to you.
Yeah, no, you're not going to. What you're trying to get through to them is how racist they should be, how misogynistic they should be, how much like the left, the progressives that are socialists need to be. You're trying to get that through their head, and I think people are starting to see people like me who are out there speak against it, the things you speak for, and shut it down. And they're starting to side with people like me, saying, yeah, this guy's right. This is what these kind of people do. This is what, like, the guy that we're reacting to does every time, every day. He's full of hate. He's full of misogynistic, racist, bigoted type narratives that are being used and also spit, rinse, repeated by the media.
This was not about, the election was not about affordability. It wasn't about the price of eggs or gas. It's all bullshit.
Says you. Says the man who has no freaking clue about what he's talking about. Says the man that obviously has very much that small amount of brain capacity to think for himself would say. That's obviously what we expect from people like you with that much thought process, to think about what's real and what's not real, and what works and doesn't work in the real world. That's sad.
It was about, they didn't want the black woman running.
She was only 1% black, by the way. Do we have to keep reminding you? Yeah, I think we do.
This country. I don't think you understand how many people in it.
I think we understand that you don't know how to think for yourself, that you just are going to continue to be hateful, because you're an alleged hateful person. You hate, which you shouldn't, because again, if you're a God-fearing Christian man and you allegedly are named after Apostle Paul, you should follow what Apostle Paul and the Bible say, not follow what the media tells you and what your gut tells you.
This country,
Since you're a Christian,
in your life, in your friends, in your family, are racist pieces of shit.
oh, he's calling us racist, and it doesn't matter because that word has no meaning anymore. See, this is why we laugh at people like you who are absolutely a complete yo-yo, because that word doesn't mean shit to us anymore. Bucko, it doesn't.
I don't think you truly understand how racist this country is.
Oh, we understand how allegedly racist you are. We get the big picture that you're allegedly very racist and you're very hateful. We get it. People allegedly that listen to the media, the same media you probably obviously listen to, are exactly the same way that we always have talked about here on this channel. They're racist, they're hateful, they're bigots, they're misogynistic, and yes, they're sexist and homophobic too. But that's not a real true conservative.
Black people have told us this since 1619.
Really? You mean the ones that are allegedly deceased and no longer exist have told you this? Right. Jesus, you know what that's called? That's called a psychosis issue, if that's allegedly what's been going on.
And we go, oh, yeah, we're racist, but
We've never been racist, especially in our generation now. Yes, we experience it because there are certain black people that are still doing it. And there are people that are still racist, yes. But nobody in this world owns slaves or had slaves. Again, you're going with your delusions, not the truth.
yeah, we're racist, but you're seeing it in the open. If this was about legal immigration, now they're saying, get the F out of our.
They're saying if you can't assimilate, then get out. Because people need to assimilate that are being here legally, that are here legally. And there's a lot of legal people that have come here legally that have assimilated to us, to this country. And they're doing a hell of a good job. That's not really hard thing to ask, is it? It's just you don't want to do it because you want them to be like you, a bootlick and virtual signal when for the media. That's all you are. It's a potsy for the media being played. Even by the politicians, you're a potsy for them too. You don't realize it. Or you do, but you just don't give a shit. And that's that. They don't want to be potsies to the media or the fucked up Democrat, socialist, communist bullshit propaganda. They would rather not be potsies at all. They would rather just live in this country, be left alone, and not have people like you that are potsies to these types of worldview, new world order views going around being that.
Country, because they don't want him here at all. It was never about legal immigration. Stephen Miller.
Yeah, for people like you, it was never really about legal immigration. For us conservatives, it was. It actually 100% was. Because we know the truth. we know which side was being played the most. Like a damn fucking fiddle. We're aware of who was being played. And it's people like you, Paul, that are, again, being used like pawns in this little chess game of fake media, bullshit lies, progressivism, liberalism, socialism. You're a potsy to these people. That's all you ever will be if you don't wake up and see that fast. Why do you think I don't agree with half of the shit these people say? Or half of the shit you say? Because I'm not brainwashed. I'm not allowing them to brainwash me. See, you can see that in the media, if the media told them in the end of days, they had to make one choice. And they have these two choices, but they can only make one. You either get the mark of the beast and you continue to live in this world the way that you will live, which will more likely suck worse than the second option, which is you go for the second option, you don't take the mark, you go to heaven, and that's it. Which one are you going to go for? Because these are the kind of people that will do this kind of shit to you. They will get you to listen to the media, and then the media will tell them, oh, the mark of the beast isn't real, which you don't have to worry about it. You can take, whatever technology they give you in the hand or the forehead or whatever, and you'll be fine. And they lie to you about it because, again, it's a potsy move. It's a move that they want you to be a pawn in this game that they play. They manipulate you. That's why it's called narcissism. These people are narcissistic. They are very sick, deranged people. These people don't care about your safety or, like, allegedly this guy doesn't give a fuck about anyone but himself because he wants to appease the hierarchies. He wants to appease these people that are running our country. Not just the politician, not just the media, but people behind the curtains that we all know who are allegedly pulling the strings to these puppets.
Why do you think he's saying that? Because he only wants the white kind of people to vote in the election, because that's what it is.
No, not at all, Paul. See, again, you're just saying the same thing over and over again because you know no different. You know no different. You have absolutely become brainwashed. You are a potsy to these people now. You basically are a puppet now to these people. You have allowed them to have full control of you when you could have just got away. I'm not going to allow the media or post stupid things that I know that are not true by not doing it, but instead you do it because, again, you are a potsy. You are a pawn, and you've allowed yourself to do it for however long now. And good luck trying to get out now, because now they have everything they know about you. The government has everything on us. They know everything about us. But these hierarchies do allegedly have all of the information on you now. And they're probably withholding or holding that information, using it. So if you allegedly ever try to get away, you can't get away. You can't do it because they won't let you, because they have alleged secrets of on you. That's like the cult Church of Scientology type crap that you're allowing the media and the hierarchies allegedly to do to you. Just like what they allegedly do with Scientologists. If you try to leave, you can't because they have secrets on you and they will expose you, allegedly. That's the kind of shit that you're allowing these higher ups to allegedly have on you. Great job. Let me know how it goes when you try to get out of it. It's going to be hard.
So if brown people are here undocumented, which is a civil offense, okay?
Even if it's a civil offense, it's still an offense. It's still illegal. Okay? Okay.
Oh, I just want the borders. The borders. I just want them here legally.
Paul, if you are okay with alleged illegal immigrants coming through, then why don't you house some of them? Why don't you put some of them in your house and tell us how much you care? Please do. Let us know how that goes. Because we're going to tell you the same thing that we've told most every Democrat that has tried to push that same bootlicking Ponzi scheme that you're pulling. Allow them to be in your house. House them. You deal with them if you feel that way. Not us. You do it. And if something allegedly goes wrong, don't be crying to us or whining to us, crying and whining and moping and complaining about it. We're just going to tell you, see? Told you.
Okay? They've been here for 10, 20, 30, 40.
Doesn't matter how long they've been here. Because if they're still here illegally, they're still here illegally. Doesn't make a difference. The only difference is it's because Biden allowed them to.
Years. Good, hardworking people. They bust.
Good, hardworking people. I'm sure some of them are. But I'm sure some of them are allegedly not what you think they are.
Their ass. They love this country. But then.
You think the alleged illegal immigrants that come here to rape, murder, and allegedly kill people love this country more than we do? Okay, yeah, right. Very doubtful.
He voted for a white man who is a rapist and a convicted felon.
He's an alleged rapist. That's been alleged against him. Still no proof that whether he did or didn't do it. I mean, if there was proof that he did do it, then Democrats would have already outed him when Biden was in office. How come that didn't happen? Because it didn't. You see the difference. There is a bigger difference.
Huh. It's almost like it wasn't about legal immigration.
Huh. Funny how it's almost like you really don't give a shit. And you run your mouth enough, you start believing very heartedly about what you're saying. Because we know it's true. You keep running your mouth saying the stupid things you say, you do end up believing it. Like I'm jet skiing right now. Oh, no, trust me, I am. I'm not in my studio right now. I'm jet skiing. See how stupid that is?
And these videos, this is not what's happening. This is not an isolated incident. I'm going to make a video about the young Republicans in New York, Miami-Dade, Kansas, Tennessee. It's all about the N-word.
No, it's not. It's about just how stupid that word means, or how stupid that word is. And what that word really means is ignorant. It used to allegedly mean ignorant a long time ago. And people shouldn't use that word in rap, but hey, it's okay for alleged black people to use it. But when a white person's listening to a rap song, following the lyric for lyrics, and that pops up, it's not okay for somebody to say it, right? See how stupid that is?
Nazi Germany, treating women like garbage.
No, the only people that treat women allegedly like garbage or think of alleged women like garbage are alleged people that think the same way you do. You don't care. You've never cared about women. Because we already proven that once before, again, with what you said about a woman losing to a transgender who shouldn't have been in that women's sport in the first place.
This is who they are. This is the remnants of the Confederacy.
Good old rebel. And that's just what I am. And for this Yankee Nation, I do not give a damn. Suck it up, Buttercup. Just suck it up. The Dixiecrats lost a long time ago. You're the remnants of the Dixiecrats. People that think the same way you do, that speak the same way, that lie the same way you do. Y'all are Dixiecrats, or the remnants of the Dixiecrats. There are good Confederates, like me, that still exist. And we're just getting tired of this stupid Yankee Nation being ran over and told what to do, when to do it, and how to do it, when that's not at all what our rights are there for.
We never punish them, and that's all.
Yeah, you can't punish the good Confederates. How are you going to do that? You're going to bend us over your knee and spank us? Good luck on that one.
Our fault as a country. No, it's not our fault as a country.
No, it's your people like you's fault for being completely ignorant to truth and allergic to truth.
It's our fault as white people.
No, it's fault for stupid people. Again, stupid people are at fault, not white people. That, yes, white people and any other race can fall for stupid crap.
Because we have sat in our damn privilege.
There's no such thing as privilege, Buttercup.
While black people, while Native Americans, while Asians.
Hey, why don't you tell the alleged black people that are being racist to sit down and stop being fucking racist to us and to anyone and everyone that they're allegedly being racist to first before you come whining to us white people about your bullshit.
Where women have been treated like absolute dog shit.
Well, you're the only one that's allegedly been misogynistic before multiple times, so that's okay for you to do, but not for us? Ah, right, because we don't do that shit. People like you do.
And you stood by and you watched it happen because it didn't affect you.
No, we're just dealing with it. And we're getting very fucking tired of it. Why do you think I don't give a shit about California or other liberal states? Other liberal states are just hell. because they're stupid enough to sit by and be complicit with idiocracy and thinking stupid shit and thinking, not even thinking, but letting the media think for them. They kind of got what they get. They get what they get for voting the way they do, while the countries that are red are succeeding.
Happy birthday, America. To
Oh, yeah. Well, that isn't true. Yeah, it is true. Red states do succeed higher than blue states. Blue states fall. Only thing that blue states are really, really good at is continuing to lie, continuing to be that Yankee nation that us Southerners do not care about. We don't give a shit about it. We are just kind of like, yeah, you guys, you got to own up to that one, because you guys fucked up. You allowed yourself to get fucked over by these people. Not our monkey, not our circus. Now, our name's Bennett. We ain't in it. We don't care. We aren't going to help you. We've told you what to do. We've tried to help.
That's why we're here. When are you going to be uncomfortable? When are you?
Why do we need to be uncomfortable in the first place? Why? Why can't it just be you? Because you seem to be the one that really wants it the most, more than anybody else. So why can't you do that for yourself? Why can't you bask in your alleged stupidity and leave us the fuck alone? Leave everyone else the fuck alone that doesn't want to go along with your ideologies.
Going to call out your mom or dad? Yeah.
I wouldn't. Because I'm happy and thankful they raised me the way they raised me. Not to allow a Yankee nation that is ruled by scumbag Democrats, socialist, progressive nimrods that can't think for themselves, but let the media think for them, be the way they are, while I'm over here 100% for America. That's why. Because I'd rather be who I am, and I don't give a damn if it hurts anyone's feelings.
They're your mom or your dad or your brother. So what? Do you want to sit down and have dinner with the racist? Is that what you want?
Paul, the only person that is racist is you. The only one that is misogynistic is people like you. Because you believe in that shit. You allow that shit. You're in California. You voted for that shit. Again, not our problem that you're the one that wanted to be a little potsy to the alleged higher elite game, while everyone else was not going to be part of it.
What? Because you're blood related? Or do you want to be around people that have a moral compass?
I'd rather be around somebody that has a moral compass like I do and doesn't think the way you do. Because anybody who thinks the way you do definitely has an issue, a thinking issue, a brain issue. They can't think for themselves. Because again, they're potsies. They're morons. They're stupid. They can't think for themselves because the media tells them it's not okay to do that. When actually, in fact, it's okay to think for yourself. You just got to get over that hump and start realizing it's okay to think for yourself. You shouldn't be afraid to think for yourself. I mean, God, every day when you either change your clothes or take a shower, you decide what you wear and what you want to put on or what kind of soap you want to use, or you think for yourself every day. except for when it comes to politics. That's the only time you don't think for yourself. Other than that, most of the time, I guess you do think for yourself. I don't know. Maybe the media tells you what to wear. God only knows what the media tells you to do now.
Because your silence for every white person.
Why do you have to bring up this stupid anti-whiteism bullshit again? Is it just because you really hate America that much that you're driven to insanity, which is kind of the technical term that you kind of are going towards, of being insane by continuing to do the shit and say the shit you say? Really?
That says, well, we've been best friends for 50 years. I can't talk about politics. You're part of the problem. Because
no, Paul, the part of the problem is you, people like you, that say the things you say and act and do the things you do. That's the problem. We have people like you that are absolutely refusing to use the brain that they were born with, but instead they want to be ignorant. Fine, be ignorant all you want, but it's not going to help you in the end.
You have the privilege to...
Oh, shut up with that stupid fucking privilege shit. It's dumb as fuck, it's stupid as fuck, it's annoying as fuck, and it's racist as fuck.
To shut your mouth and put your head up your ass and act like it doesn't happen.
Gee, Paul, what is that? What does that allegedly remind me of? Oh, yeah, people allegedly like you that think the same way you do.
That's why we don't have change in this country.
No, we don't have change because people like you rather fuck it up and not have it at all, when people actually want change and have been wanting it. But it's just communists like you that don't understand it, apparently.
Because too many of you are sitting in your white privilege.
Yeah, well, you're definitely wrong, because I don't have white privilege, and I don't give a shit what you think. You can go kiss a cow's ass for all I care if you think that's real. Go lick the brown spots between a cow's asshole if you think white privilege exists, because you are stupid as fuck. You are stupid as fuck if you think that exists. That's Nazi socialist propaganda right there. That's anti-whiteism. That's hate.
I have it too.
Already, Grandpa's onto the wrong start over here.
I made a video about this the other day. You know why?
Because nobody cares. You allegedly have to pay for views on your channel, for views and for subscribers on your channel, because nobody really cares about what you have to say, because what you have to say is absolutely bullshit. Is that why?
You know what this is?
It's a grandpa on YouTube having a mental breakdown, is what it really sounds like.
The Kansas City Monarchs.
Woo, nobody cares. It's an old team.
Why did this country have to have a Negro baseball team?
Whoa, bro. Watch your tongue, watch your language. Racist.
So great. Why did we put black people and white people in a different fucking baseball team?
Because that's what happened a long time ago, and we don't have it now.
Because we've...
And why do we have a senior citizen looking middle dude that's really probably more like middle-aged dude whining on YouTube about stupid shit that we already gone through 1,000 fucking times?
Never been great.
Yeah, well then if you don't like it, ship your ass on the Mayflower and go back to fucking England, as you tell all of us to do.
And that's what Americans are what you're struggling with, especially you white
No, I think it's the Americans or people like you struggling to find that one.
people.
You're the one with the biggest struggle here, dude. Nobody else but you is struggling.
We're the best. We're the best. Freedom. And you run around your bald eagles and your bullshit.
First of all, nobody can own bald eagles. That's the first thing. Yo, you forgot that, didn't you?
Shit flags and God bless them.
Oh, shit flags. Great. I'm happy you think America has shit flags because just remember, half of the veterans that allegedly died to serve and protect this country did that just so that you can shit on them and the flag. Good job. It shows how much of an asshat you really are and how much you hate our country.
America and your fucking guns. It's all bullshit. It's a Truman Show. It's a lie.
No, what's a lie is half of the shit you already said.
America has only been great for people that look like me.
No.
That's why we're not great. Now I'm trying to make America great. Or
No, you're trying to make America more shitty. That's what you're doing. You're not accomplishing it.
for everybody.
Well, thank God you're not president. I'm going to say that and probably for the millions and millions of people that think like me. Thank God you don't run this goddamn country because you would probably more than likely be impeached for half of the shit you say.
And it comes down to calling out what's wrong with this country
People like you,
in order to make it better.
not have people like you trying to run this country or be on YouTube at all, preferably.
It's like going to the doctor and finding out you have the flu. Or you have cancer or a broken leg. You have to diagnose what the sickness is in the country.
Stupid people. That's it. It's stupid people. Stupid people that listen to YouTubers allegedly like this guy are the issue with this country and why they vote the way they do.
And then you have to take steps to make it better.
I have a few ideas. Not letting people that can't think for themselves being able to vote. Just make it to where people can't vote that don't have a brain, that don't love this country, that are against this country, not allowing them to be in this country at all, period. That's just a suggestion, but legally we can't do it. It was kind of a shot in the dark for me saying that because, I always felt that way, that people who allow the media to think for themselves shouldn't be allowed to vote, ever. And trust me, I don't let the media think for myself. So that's why I'm good at being able to vote.
Because right now what white people are doing is you're going to the doctor, saying you have a broken leg, and be like, oh, it's fine, whatever. I'm just going to go home.
You don't even have a medical degree, so how the fuck are you able to say half of this shit?
And you have a broken leg, and you're not.
Bro, you repeated broken leg like 2 or 3 times already in the sentence. It's like you saying that white men with toxic masculinity allegedly have a micro peen in most of your videos. I'm surprised you're not doing that one today.
Fixing the problem. You're not fixing it.
Yeah, we're trying. We're trying. We really are trying. Again, first step, not allowing people allegedly like you that can't think for themselves coherently should not be allowed to vote.
Your words, your actions, holding people.
Send them to a whole new country where it is socialist and they can do whatever the fuck they want over there. Make America better means make America better, not have socialists, communists, and this bullshit propaganda crap along with it. By getting rid of it. By stopping and holding the media responsible for their lies, and the same as to people like you.
In your life accountable, and it's going to be uncomfortable.
You want everyone uncomfortable because you're a miserable person, right? Is that what you're alleging? That everyone should be shot and fried just like you, miserable? Or you being able to make everyone else miserable and get your jollies off with it? Is that what you're saying?
But ask yourself this: is this how you want to treat people? The Haitians?
Gee, I don't know. How do you treat people?
Is that how you want human beings treated? They're good, hardworking people, and they
Sure, some of them are good, hardworking people, but they're here illegally. They got to go.
bust their ass. They pay their taxes.
I doubt the illegals pay taxes. Very much so. Show me proof that they do. The illegals do. I know the ones that are here have to when they become a U.S. citizen.
Unlike this fucking piece of shit in the White House that rapes women.
He doesn't rape women, allegedly, or at all. But yet you keep telling your delusional self that, as much as you are delusional.
And that Nazi Stephen Miller.
God, that's just a new favorite word of his. It's Nazi this, Nazi that, white supremacist this, white supremacist that. Yeah, 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 yeah. Shut up.
And MAGA that beat police officers because
That wasn't MAGA. That was allegedly Antifa, Democrats, socialists, and progressives that allegedly were the ones doing that. So, yeah, you can stick that in your alleged pipe, tobacco pipe, and smoke on that. Because there was proof. There was alleged proof of it, that it happened. But you just, again, want to be brainless.
they didn't like the results of an election.
You kind of want to be the one few people that don't actually want to take accountability or responsible or hold the actual people that should be held accountable or responsible at all and hold them accountable or responsible. You just rather let them get away scot free to do whatever the fuck they want.
But somehow brown people that are here, they got to go back to their shithole countries unless they assimilate to white culture.
No, it means they either assimilate by following rules, adapting, doing what they have to do. They're not allowed in politics because they weren't born here legally. They came here legally, yes, but they have to be a U.S. born citizen in order to run for politics. There are rules that they have to apply in their everyday life when they come here and abide by, just like you.
Whatever the fuck that even means. What, they have to be racist?
No,
They have to be white supremacists?
no.
They have to be white Christian nationalists?
That's
What
not
does that
all
even
what it
mean?
means.
What is white culture? I can't help Iron, but we don't have culture. We've shit all over everybody's culture. And even when white people hear Black History Month, you guys shit over that too. You guys are pissed off.
So to assimilate means to take in and fully absorb information on ideas or culture and make them part of your own knowledge or identity. That's basically what assimilate means. White people do have culture. We do. We have a lot of culture. So that's what it basically means to assimilate, to take in and fully absorb information, ideas, or culture and make them part of your own knowledge or identity. That isn't very hard for them to do. That's pretty freaking easy for immigrants to do that are here or that want to be here. Is to put that into use or do that, that's not very hard.
But everything, Pride History Month, Black History Month.
Yeah, those are things that never should exist in the first place. Why do they exist at all? Why does Black History Month exist? Why does Pride Month exist? It's stupid. Those are two stupid things that I never give a shit about, because anybody that's black or gay should be proud every day of who they are. They don't need a fucking little parade or circus show, kangaroo circus show, for their identity or whatever the hell you call it. They don't need that. Neither do white people. We don't need a week for us. We're proud to be who we are.
Native American History Month, Asian History Month. What about White History Month? Bitch, it's been White History Month since 1619.
Actually, no, it hasn't. Everybody that is white or that is American should be happy with who they are.
And the problem is that it's starting to get diluted here, and you're starting to see more people that just aren't white speak English, and it's breaking their brains. It's up to you.
Let me look up something real quick, because I bet you so you're gonna be very intrigued with this one. English is the de facto language of the United States, although it has never been legally designated. Of course, the official federal language is English, which is primarily the primary language used in government, education, and daily life. So, yeah, that's our language. But it's not technically official. It's just that is our language.
White people, it's up to you
No, it's
to get off your asses.
It's up to everyone to not be as stupid as these kind of people that listen to people like this guy or listen to fake news media. Be smart, do the right thing, and not be brainwashed by these imbeciles that say the same shit and dance that this guy's saying because he's already a pawn and he doesn't want to get out of it. We all have a chance too, just not be a number or a pawn in this game. You have to choose not to want to be it.
And speak up for what's right in this country.
Yeah, don't vote like this guy. That's what is right. Not voting like how this guy votes or believing in what this guy believes in.
We will not remember the words of our enemies, rather the silence of white people.
Oh, go fish. Nobody cares, dude, about what you have to say. It's stupid, it's ignorant, and it's redundant. It's regarded.
Silence is not complicity.
Neither is being a little virtuous bootlicker.
It is not innocence.
Because not being a virtuous bootlicker is not complying.
It is no different than the three officers that stood by and watched George Floyd get murdered. Every single
Oh, you mean the thug that allegedly died of a fentanyl overdose or drug overdose? Yeah. Definitely don't want to be like those kind of people either that make bad, poor decisions and have bad shit happen to them because they don't want to make good choices in their life when they could make good choices and live out their life entirely by being happy and not having to worry about cops or anything bug them. Yeah, let's try that one.
white person is no different than those three cops.
And you're a middle aged man saying that to all of us. Like, come on. How dumb do you have to be?
Because you're watching it happen and you won't say anything.
And what do you call what I'm doing? Saying something about it? Because I've been reporting on it way longer than you have. I've said a lot more shit about it, and I brought up a lot of truth about the George Floyd incident than you have with facts. You haven't. So try me. Let's see if you can do it.
You're going to be on the right side of history or the white side of history.
So it's like the blue pill or the red pill. So we're going into the matrix system here. Oh, Jesus Christ. This is why you don't want to be like this guy.
That's up to you. Have a white day.
Thank you, Zen. I appreciate you. Now, this one.
Story about.
Hold on. This next one, he's going to go off and say why he hates capitalism. Again, as always, they hate America so much. They hate capitalism, but they thrive under it. Go figure.
This story about a farmer in 1999 donating his land to Texas for parks encapsulates everything what's wrong with this country right now as far as capitalism.
Wait, what? How? The farmer decided to give his land for a particular reason, and that's wrong. Why? Huh? Help me make sense of this. No, it just proves how ignorant you obviously are, and you don't understand capitalism. But you claim you hate capitalism, but you live in a capitalist society. You thrive under capitalism when you could have left a long time ago the capitalist society, and nobody would have had a problem with that. But you still want to sit here bitch whining and complain about capitalism. Why? Just fucking leave. Go. Adios. Hasta lasagna. Don't want to be ya. I'd rather live in a capitalist society, honestly, because capitalism's great. And no, I was not being sarcastic nor facetious on that one.
In 1999,
Oh God, this guy's getting his information from probably Wikipedia, obviously.
this farmer named Bland had acres of land, hundreds of acres.
Okay.
He sold it for $10.
Doubtful. Very much doubtful.
I'm sure it was worth millions.
I'm sure that was very doubtful that he sold it only for $10. You would have to be very fucking stupid to do that one.
Even back then. The only condition he had was that it was to be used for a parks for children.
Okay, that is nothing wrong right there. If a farmer is selling his land and he wants it to be turned into a park for children, I think that's cool. Honestly, I will agree that that right there is something that is going to make him memorable or be remembered for who he was, a special person that wasn't being selfish. He did it for people and their children. Not just his own children, but the children that is going to come there and enjoy that park.
4 years later, Texas Parks and Recreation Foundation granted the land to another nonprofit called Williamson County Park Foundation in 2003, 1 month later.
Okay, cool, whatever.
They gave the land to the city of Taylor.
Whoop-de-doo. What does this got to do with capitalism? Nothing. Other than it shows you know nothing about capitalism.
5 years later, they sold land to Taylor Economic Developmental Corporation for $15,000.
Yikes.
And then last year, Taylor Economic Development Corporation sold it to Blueprint for $10 million.
Okay, land gets sold a lot. Some land gets sold by corporate companies because it's prime real estate. Obviously, you don't know real estate very well. And I'm not a real estate agent or somebody who's really knowledgeable a lot about real estate, but I just know a little. I know certain little things that are important.
Now they're going to build a $1 billion data center.
Yeah, no. See, that is what's wrong right there. First and foremost, if anybody's learned about this data center, I'm going to tell you just the smallest amount of information about it because it's got a lot of problematic things behind it. Allegedly, the data center, what it does is it's a spot where all of your data and information is collected and kept and or possibly allegedly sold to other business entrepreneurs that allegedly will use your information and do whatever they do with it. I don't know much more other than that, allegedly, to what I know. That's the kind of shit that we don't need. But no, it's not that is not the reason why you should hate capitalism. That's just one of the reasons why you should hate businesses like that collect your data and use it allegedly against you or sell your information. They allegedly do sell your information at data centers. That's how dangerous it is. That's what alleged data centers will do. Why do you think you get scam callers, scam emails, all of this shit? Because that's what they do. They get it from those people. It's another way for our alleged government also to allegedly watch us and get information about us. It's a whole plethora of big issues of why we should never let data centers be created like that. Because our phones already, our computers, our smart TVs, our Apple Watches, anything that's got technology in it, besides a flip phone, and probably now even including a flip phone, government can use to allegedly spy on us and give it to an alleged data collection center. There.
I want to read you one story.
Please, God, no. Please, no. We've heard a story already.
Because people all across this country realize how atrocious that data centers are.
Well, I've kind of been really reluctant on talking about it because there's a lot that goes into it. And there has to be a lot of research done before you can speak on it. And I've done a little bit, just enough to know a little bit, poquito for all you, that don't know what it means, very small, that's in Espanol for small amount of information findings on it. And the little bits I've found, it is not good. Maybe I might do a video talking about it another day, but not today. I'm not going to talk a whole lot about it, but just when that part of the conversation is there, I will only address it. But I recommend you do your research about data centers and what they are really about. Because I could tell you myself, and then what point would that be? What good would it be if I just told you? Because you would either believe me or you would doubt me. So I suggest you do your due diligence, your research on these subjects, and know what really is going on. Because people need to understand these data centers are coming. They are coming very fast. And it's going to happen sooner than later. And when it happens, guess what? We're fucked. You thought that being doxxed was bad. That's allegedly what you could probably call it. Doxing. They have every single information there about everyone. That's allegedly doxed information or leaked information. And none of the federal alleged government is doing a damn thing right now about it. They're just, okay, we'll allow it. It's fine. Whatever. They try to make it like nonchalant, not big deal, when it should be a big fucking deal. This is bad.
Our local organizers knocked on Griffin's door last year. She had never heard of data centers before. This was an elderly lady. And didn't know that the city planned to build one in the field her family played in.
I would have been pissed. I would have definitely been pissed. I would have gone to the government and tried to find a way for them to not build it there legally. Like trying to state my case of here's why you shouldn't have this here.
I was like, what's a data center? So me and my sisters and brothers, we all got together and started looking it up, and we said, oh, that's not good for our neighbors.
So I'll do a little research because he's kind of talking about it. So what it basically is, it's a data center physically facility that houses thousands of network computer servers and data storage drivers. It acts as the factory of the internet, providing the infrastructure needed to securely process, store, and distribute digital information for websites, cloud storage, and AI applications. So they're trying to make it not sound as bad as allegedly it really technically is. That's just Google AI. That's just what Google AI goes by, or what it is being said by Google AI. They're allegedly trying not to make it sound as bad as it is because they don't want people to worry. This is just, again, another alleged way for our government and other obsolete people that with high amount of money and the ability to buy information can and will be able to do. just so that we are numbers, that we get put in pecking order in place for what is about to come in our country, which is basically a fuck ton of bad shit that is going to happen if we don't stop this. If we allow this, this is what will come of us. Basically, we will all become numbers. We won't have names anymore. We'll be identified as numbers. And all of our data information, like I said, will be stored in the hand or in the head or in the forehead, which for Christians are considered, that would be considered the mark. This is what's happening. Do I believe the mark of the beast to be real? I believe that they have technology to do something like that. Yes, but I don't consider it like the mark of the beast. But Christians do. But they're getting up there we're getting so far up there in technology right now. We don't even know how to slow it down because we're not even trying to slow it down. We're not trying to stop this shit. This data center stuff needs to be slowed down or looked into, investigated before it's allegedly committed, something that people commit on, or whether they say, yeah, we will commit to it, or no, we will not commit to it. We need to do more research, and people don't want to do that because this is the kind of shit that people are. And by the way, this video, the one that we're reacting to, the second one here, is the double featured film of today's video and live stream. But this is the kind of shit that people, if they don't pay attention to it, they're going to get stuck into it.
He's right. It's horrible. Griffin went to a city council meeting to tell them she didn't want a data center near her home. Like essentially everyone else in America, Griffin is worried about what the building will do to the air, water, electric.
I wouldn't be more worried about the air. Well, maybe a little, but definitely maybe a little bit with the water too. But mostly what that would do to our privacy. Because remember, our government allegedly already violates our privacy. Whether you like it or not, unconsensually, they allegedly violate our privacy. They're probably watching me right now. They're probably listening through my phone. That's why if you ever, I tell people this, if you have a fucking Alexa, unplug the damn thing. Because that, again, is another way for the alleged government to violate your rights and unconsensually listen to conversations that you have in your home that you do not consent to be recorded or listened into. This is what the government does by using devices, smart devices like Alexa, our phones, our computers, our tablets, everything. That's why data centers now are being created more and more and more, because they're pushing the limits to how far they allegedly can go to allegedly violating our rights and allegedly selling our information. That's it. That's as far as it fucking goes. And people don't want to get it. Zoe Jam says, Dipper is the only one that touches these subjects that everyone is too afraid. He gets to the root of it, speaks the truth. Thank you. Allegedly is right. Thank you, Zen. I appreciate you, bro. This is the root problem right now we're facing. More and more and more of our government is very much so getting comfortable with using or having us have Alexa or our phones and our computers and devices around us to be able to listening to us. That's scary. That should make everyone feel uncomfortable. Seriously. Why do you, again, reason why I don't have this bitch plugged in. And this is Alexa, by the way. This is my Alexa. I don't plug this thing in. I did for a while, but then I realized that was a bad idea. I keep her in my drawer because I don't feel comfortable having the government allegedly listen into me and make phone calls and conversations every day, even though they still do it anyway. I don't like that. I don't feel comfortable with that. You people, all of you people out there, should start feeling that and start. If you notice that they may allegedly start building a data center around you, find a way to have meetings with the city council to stop that. Get a petition, start a petition not allowing that to be done, because more and more of that starts, the more and more we're going to have problems with information being sold. All of our information being allegedly sold or used against us. Whatever you say on the phone is already being recorded and heard. So if you're talking to somebody about your Second Amendment or that you're an alleged gun owner, the government already knows you own guns then at that point. Government knows everything about you now. And now, by trying to stop these data centers, definitely will help limit some of this. Probably not all of it, but some of it.
Electricity noise where she lives. We can't afford it, she said. I got a lot of old people in our community that can't afford to move. She said the city council brushed her off her concern.
Yeah, you know why the city council probably more than likely brushed her off? Because they're allegedly paid off. They're alleged paid potsies. As I will now and forever say, potsies. Easy. They're allegedly being paid off to brush it off because they are being told, we need this here. They're being complicit. I know it's one weird moment in time that I ever actually would agree with this guy.
And said the data center builders would try to minimize health risks.
Doubtful. Very much doubtful. Do you really think that they care about anything? Okay. The people that build it are just being told what to do because they're contractors. If they're just contractors that are not part of the company, then they have no say in it. But do you think the entities itself that owns those data centers really give a shit about us? No.
These data centers are horrible.
Yeah, they are.
I've seen videos go online. People are holding up glasses of water that it's basically mud. The noise, people are counting the decibels from miles away.
Now, if anyone knows anything about like audio editing, there's hertz or decibels that are attributed to sound, to how much sound something is pushing out there. Can you imagine living by a data center, having to deal with that every day? I couldn't.
The humming that it makes. It's raising the ground temperature anywhere from 2 to 3 degrees Fahrenheit. They're awful.
I would not suspect that they would allegedly be able to do that, but if they do that, then it's just okay. That's kind of a micro factor into it, but what more again should be important is the fact that it's a data center. What do you think they're doing in there?
They are bad. Kevin O'Leary right now is trying to build a data center in Utah. And see, this is the problem, right? This farmer tried to do the right thing. And what got in the way was greed, money.
No, what got well ish, but it wasn't really that. I would say I can see where your point is there, Paul, but it's not really that. It's what the problem is that we're allowing shit like this to happen when we know exactly what it does and what it's being used for and why they're using it for that particular reason.
Capitalism.
No, it's not. Sure, part of it is part of, yes, it does have something to do with capitalism, but not much. A lot of it has to do with invasive intrusion into our rights and things that we should not allow. It has really nothing much to do with capitalism other than they bought the land and they're going to turn it into whatever the fuck they want. Yes, it sucks. I'm going to acknowledge that. It sucks. And no, they shouldn't be allowed to do that, but they still are allowed to do it somehow, some way.
This story encapsulates what's wrong with the capitalistic system.
Now, if you want to go into capitalism, what is wrong with capitalism? Absolutely fucking nothing. Capitalism, there's nothing wrong with capitalism. I don't agree with the data center and what they do, but that data center has to do more with invasion of privacy, and it has to do with why our information is allegedly going to be used or sold to other people that might be allegedly outside of this country or by our even own alleged government. This has nothing to do with capitalism. See, now you're going off track. I do agree with the data center shit being bad.
You seen the movie The Matrix? What am I?
Yeah, you bring up the Matrix stuff a lot, and you try to use it as a metaphor, hyperbole, and it doesn't work all the time for you.
Top 5 movies. I love The Matrix.
Why didn't you join then? Why don't you decide, red pill or blue pill? Oh, wait, never mind. You already took the blue pill.
There's this scene when Morpheus is caught and Agent Smith has him handcuffed on the building on like the 50th floor. And he's talking to him, trying to get the code out of him for the Nebuchadnezzar. And he says, "Can I be honest with you? Humans aren't really mammals. And I've really looked at it." He goes, "You're actually technically, based on the description, a virus. You go from place to place and you consume all of its natural resources."
What does any of this have to do with capitalism?
Every other living organism on planet Earth finds an equilibrium, a balance, but not humans. They take.
That's funny that you think that way because not every single human being is like that.
It's what we do. We literally have global warming.
Yeah, okay. Mr. Economic, you know everything.
And we keep putting fuel in our cars instead of going to electric vehicles.
Oh, why do we go to electric vehicles? You know why we don't? Because they fucking suck. Tell me, Mr. Einstein genius, a time when an alleged electric vehicle hasn't blown up or had issues. Right. Compared to regular cars. Electric vehicles have had alleged more issues than normal cars in itself. And by the way, if you want to... Oh my gosh. Oh, this is so funny. If you want to be honest, electric cars are not even economically friendly as much as you want to claim they are not. Where do you think the lithium comes from? Oh, yeah, mines. Where do you think the stuff to make batteries and the car parts come from? Mines. What do you think the part around the inside of the car is made out of? Metal, which comes from mines or plants. Not plant, like, but metal industry. It's not economically friendly as much as you want to think it is. That's laughable. That's just laughable. Because you want to think that. And by the way, if electric vehicles were more economical, then why in the fuck is there more gas tanks than there are electric plug-ins? And why do electric cars only have the capacity or ability to go for, I think, something like 100 miles or whatever? I think some of them are quoted to allegedly have only been able to go 100 miles and then poop out. Yeah, because they're electric. They're shit. And then, bigger question, why do the batteries allegedly get overheated a lot faster than they do with normal cars? Oh, yeah, because you're only relying on electricity, which is a conduit for heat. It creates or can generate heat. It can conduct heat. Meaning it gets overheated more. Meaning that because that car doesn't really rely on anything but battery operations, that means that those batteries have a lot of riding on them. That means that those batteries are basically what is given the energy to make that car move. Which I know y'all are going to say, well, duh, no fucking shit, Sherlock. I know that. That puts a lot of pressure on those batteries. And those batteries are drawing a lot of energy, a lot of power, not only to be able to drive, but be able to make the car function in the way that it does. There you go. That's just simple. We know that shit happens. So you want to say, oh, hey, these cars are economically good. No, they're not. They're shit. They're absolute fucking garbage. These electric cars are bullshit. Because they don't help the economy or the economists lovers or the economy lovers out there. They don't, that car does not fucking help them. They are literally beyond stupid to think that.
That's what we do. We literally have global warming, and we keep putting fuel in our cars instead of going to electric vehicles.
Now, here's the takeaway of this. I would rather have gas fueled cars than electric, you can go further. With, for example, like my Chevy truck. That is a 90s Chevy truck that has timing on it, doesn't have all of the shit that trucks and cars have today. It just has the timing that I have to sometimes, yeah, work on. But my timing on my truck is my responsibility to fix. And it's a little bit easier to fix and handle than an electric car. If you try to fix an electric car and you F it up, you can allegedly get in trouble for it. See, this is how they claim they hate capitalism, but they're still kind of thriving under it by doing exactly such thing. By putting electric vehicles out there that are 100% capitalistic, by using power that you have to probably more likely at some point pay for, or that the company has to pay for to put a charger there. And then if that car breaks, you can't fix it. A specialist has to. And you have to give them money for it. Ah, so you say you hate capitalism, but you're still thriving under it. Such a hypocrisy. Do you see the hypocrisy of these people? They don't understand it.
We should go to wind power and solar panel. But
Wind power, first of all, let me remind you of something. Not every fucking place in America is always going to be windy 100 fucking percent. So therefore, the wind power somehow has to allegedly have a generator to maintain it, to make it work, and be used, whether that's solar or gas powered generator to make it go. That still costs money to fix, maintain, or to refuel or replenish the power going to that wind generator power. So again, still not really as economical as you think it is. But okay.
we want money from big oil.
Big oils have always helped us. Coal has always helped us. But here's the issue with it. It's dangerous to work in coal mines because yes, that is a very deadly, dangerous occupation, just as like being a tree faller. I understand it because I do fall trees. But you really think that having robots or AI is going to do a lot? It's going to allegedly be better than humans. No, there are certain things that robots and AI allegedly cannot do that humans can do that they will have to rely on us to still do. Yes, there are some things that yes they can that bots can do, but like picking up stuff, welding it, flipping it over, sure. But underwater welding, no. It's still going to take humans to be able to either control the bot to do it or they have to do it. There are things like mining that robots can't do. They can't coal mine. Humans have to coal mine, mining the coal, mine the coal out. Yes, there are some advanced technologies where tree cutters can sit in a little device like a excavator that has arms, and it grabs the tree, cuts the tree, and then it can set the tree down. Sure, we have that, but if there are spots that it can go every time that humans need to go, no. There are spots where humans can go that can't go. There are limitations we have, or that bots and technology has. We have to accept that it's still okay to have a gas powered chainsaw. It's okay for humans to be able to have jobs still that bots can't do.
So we let the world burn and get hotter and hotter.
I really don't think that global warming exists because it's just this big virtual signal and bullshit story thing. But people believe in it, and that's okay. I just think it's bullshit. Just like using electric cars is more economically friendly. It's bullshit. It's not. You're not doing anything other than you're trusting a fucking tuna can with your life. Have you seen what those kind of electric cars do when they get hit head on? Go look at some alleged YouTube videos that show what they look like. It looks like a fucking accordion, a tuna can accordion, flat smashed together. I wouldn't trust that damn fucking electric vehicle if I had to put my life on it. I'd rather trust like a 1990s Chevy truck, my Chevy truck out here. I'd rather trust it with my life than a fucking tuna can that can fold like a damn accordion that quick when it gets into a wreck.
And hotter. And the 2024 election, honestly, was the cherry on top.
So what? So what? You mean to show how stupid Biden supporters were? Yeah. Yeah, it showed a lot of how stupid Biden supporters were.
Because people only voted for money. They didn't care about.
We care about a lot of things other than just money, but yeah, money is needed to survive, to be able to buy things. Because again, we're not a socialist country. We are a capitalistic country and should be that way forever. None of us should have to have free healthcare or universal healthcare bullshit. Not how it works.
Rape, child.
Gee, that sounds a lot like the Democrats and certain other people that were allegedly reacting to that voted for that or are allegedly okay with that coming from the alleged Democrats.
Clusters, felonies, January 6th, officers that committed suicide from January 6th.
We all know the alleged J6 was an inside incident, so you're not really fooling anyone but yourselves and your gullible pawns that follow you, if they are real people, and not just alleged bots that you bought off from YouTube to have more views and more subscribers.
They didn't care about infidelities. They didn't care about white supremacy, racism.
Doesn't sound like you give a shit about any of that. You're just okay with it. Because, yeah, in our last video, we saw how much you were really okay with it. It proved a lot.
None of it.
That all the Democrats and all the progressives are okay with all of this shit. They want it. They love it. They eat it up because they're gullible. They're potsies. Again, this is what they are. They're pawns to the New World Order. They're just numbers. They want to be just numbers, not human beings that live normal. Go create another fucking island. Go find a fucking island and create that shit away from America. We don't want that shit here in America. Go play the prisoner somewhere else. U.S. citizens don't want to be prisoners or be numbers or be having their privacy violated because all of you potsies are fine with it.
The mishandling of COVID.
I think we handled COVID pretty well. Honestly, I think we did pretty good with it. I didn't get my shot. That was okay. I feel better that I didn't get my COVID shot. I didn't want it because it was poison. Look at how many allegedly people died from that COVID shot. Oh, yeah. That doesn't allegedly exist neither, apparently, to these people, these potsies, these pawns.
None of it. He promised me what? Money.
We're a capitalist society. Duh. If you don't like capitalism, get the fuck out of America. Duh. More and more, these kind of idiots that hate capitalism, that drive electric cars, that think all of this shit is so good and somewhat bad. Like, they think capitalism bad, but driving electric cars is good. But they don't realize, hey, guess what you have to do? Like we already kind of somewhat discussed. They don't understand that it's still, they're thriving under a capitalistic country. But they don't want to get the fuck out of our country because they hate it so damn much.
That's what's wrong with this country.
No, what's wrong with this country is we have people like you that think the way you do. And again, that are just gullible and brainwashed. That's the problem with our country. We have too many freaking yo-yos running around telling other people what to do, being like hall monitors. Respect my authority. No, we're not going to respect your authority. Sorry. We're not going to be gullible and narrow-minded and a yo-yo like bunch of you people are. We would rather continue to be who we are.
But I went to Europe. They're happy over there.
Really? You really think they're happy over in Europe? Okay. Sure.
They don't have as much money. Who cares?
Who cares if they don't have much money? They do. More than likely, they probably do. Or they probably don't care because they're not seen as a big threat. They're not a country that is a capitalistic country that can spend money on the military and on the U.S. citizens. It's a socialistic company, kind of company-owned crap over there. Not owned by the people. That's capitalistic. If you like Europe, go fucking move to Europe then, dummy. Nobody's gonna whine and complain about it.
They have a better quality of life.
No, they don't. Really, they don't. Police don't have guns, which is all but one thing wrong with that. Because oh yeah, that's Britain. Britain or England doesn't have it, or even Britain. I don't think Britain. Yeah, England doesn't have police with guns. When they used to. Yeah, there's a lot wrong with the Europe nations. They're socialists. That's what's really wrong with
Their
it.
museums are closed on Monday so they can spend time with their families.
Yeah, and you know how much money they're going to make for doing that such thing? Not very much. That's a loss of profit. If you understood how capitalism and making money works, you obviously will understand this. Sure, it's okay for some of them to do if it's a small mom and pop shop, but if it's like a big store that's a corporate store, they're going to lose a lot of money in profit off of doing such thing. That's not a capitalistic way. That's a socialistic way.
Huh. I believe in Germany it's illegal to work on Sundays, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, and so what? Yes, the Christian Bible says that Sunday needs to be kept Sabbath. You got Saturday and Sunday you don't have to work, that people shouldn't work, or that people get days off, right? Those two days. Other than that, they have to work. It's called making money for the family.
And a lot of shops are just closed to spend time with their families.
Again, it's under a socialistic company. Even if it's a small mom and pop shop, it's still owned by socialism up in Europe, in Germany.
But not us.
And I bet you don't even know that the swastika is even illegal there too. Or making jokes about schmazzies over there is illegal. Which, good for them. They made that illegal thing. But still, they're ruled under socialistic laws.
We're going to work 2, 3, 4 jobs, 60, 70, 80 hours a week until we're dead.
People do that because either they have to or because they like working. It gives them something to do.
And then swap us out. Just like Morpheus explaining the Matrix to Neo.
That has nothing to do with capitalism at all.
Remember that when he explained it to him what it was?
Yeah, I remembered your horrid, horrifying, terrible comparison. Yes. And don't do that ever again, please.
And he pulls out a battery because that's what we are as human beings in this country, right? We're a fuel source.
We're people that do jobs because we're expected to work. We're expected to do that. That's what we do. Part of being a human.
And the moment we're done, rich people, the Kevin O'Learys, the Elon Musk, the Zuckerbergs, they will spit us out and replace us for a robot or an AI system.
Well, it's already happening. They're trying, and it doesn't sound like you have a big problem with it.
So they can make more and more and more money.
They're already trying to do that, even with humans just still being here, with us existing. Still, they're doing it.
And in this last election, the Grand Wizard white supremacist in the White House,
Which that is not at all what Trump is. That's the alleged Democrats and alleged people like you that think that way.
the billionaire convinced enough people that were racist that it was
Again, that doesn't mean shit. So stop using that word. It's stupid. It's redundant.
the Mark Zuckerbergs or the Elon Musks or the Jeff Bezos or the Trumps that were the real problem, not the rich people that are paying us slave wages. They convinced 77 million people that the brown people coming from Mexico were the criminals.
The illegals. The illegals. Why don't you say something like that? Tell the truth. Be honest for once. Instead of making up bullshit lies and claiming something that it's not. That's what's wrong with people, is people like you that are in this world that exist, that don't think for themselves, that let the media think for them, that are gullible or trying to indoctrinate into your cult others that are gullible or just trying to find truth. You lie to them enough, they will believe you.
The people that are doing the jobs that white Americans are too lazy to do.
Really. There's a lot of jobs that I know people of multiple different colors do, like underwater welding, that work on oil fields, that are out there every day, that work on crab boats, or that work on fishing boats, or that are part of fishing boats, that are part of the military, that are the Navy, that work or help keep the ships going and repair them when it's needed. People that are builders, iron workers that go up high on the buildings, that do their job every fucking day. People that climb these high power plants that work on electricity, that are very high up. I know a lot of those people that are out there that do that kind of stuff, that aren't lazy. It's just your opinion, your shitty opinion of people that make you think that. Because again, you have a very shitty point of view, a very shitty perspective of people. How about we be honest and say you are allegedly lazy? You don't want to do that because you are more comfortable hiding behind a camera, a middle-aged white man, a middle-aged dude that is a snoveling, whiny little baby, a brat that doesn't want to do any other job but one. Go out there and do underwater welding. Go out there and do half of the shit that these men do that you would never be able to do. You would probably never want to do it because you'd be too damn scared to do, and do their job. It isn't just about, being a field picker or the small, easy jobs. No, we're talking like actual fucking jobs that are deadly, like cutting trees, being coal miners, oil riggers out in the oil field, iron workers, those guys. The toxic masculine men, as you would claim they are. Thanks to them, they exist because we wouldn't be who we are today without those guys.
And those same people voted for a adjudicated rapist.
How do you know half of these people voted for that guy? You don't know that. Even though, yes, there's a lot of us that voted for Trump. You'll sit there and you whine about our president because you have nothing better to whine about. Because Crybabies like you are exactly what's wrong with this country. They hide behind a camera like a little baby back bitch and don't go out there and do real actual jobs. That are dangerous, that are the foundation of our country. Farming, being an oil rigger, coal miner, logger, tree cutter, iron worker, crane operator. Yeah, you wouldn't have the balls to do none of that. I know you.
34 count convicted felon
We know you well enough now. We know that you would be a baby about it.
who commits tax fraud and try to.
Hold on. You want to talk about tax fraud? Then why are you the one that allegedly keeps telling people not to pay your taxes? Isn't that allegedly tax fraud or tax evasion? Yeah. So don't be talking shit about Trump when you should honestly be thinking about what you always have kind of perpetuated a lot of alleged tax evasion.
Overthrow an election. The billionaire. Really relatable to the everyday person.
We relate to him because, unlike somebody like you that just sits behind the camera and whines and complains about everything, we don't relate to you. And we can't relate to people like you. I go out there, I fucking cut trees when I get called. When I get a call like the night before, my boss says, hey, I need you to come tomorrow, get up and at 'em early, and go cut some trees. I'm up and doing it. I don't whine and complain about it. I do it because I make money. When people need me, I do it. People that call me up and say, hey, Romeo, I need you to cut this tree for me. I do it. It's a very risky, dangerous job. Yes, I risk my life doing it, but I love it. It's what I love doing, besides doing what I do now. Listening to whiny little snivel and snoveling babies.
The story is heartbreaking, but it's symbolic of America.
No, that is not symbolic of America, is having data centers. What's symbolic of America is having people actually that do jobs that are dangerous, that don't whine and complain about a capitalist society, but live in it because they know that is what is better for them. And they don't see anything else as a better option. Because socialism never worked, communism never worked, progressivism is not even working. You guys are like the alleged dying cause of the Dixie Dumbrats Confederates. You people that think communism and owning people, land and property is the only way, when people should have property rights and what to do with their property. But people like you, Paul, would rather have our country be owned by our own government. No, thank you.
We love money more than our fellow American.
We love money and we love our American people that are doing what they have to do to live in this society, like firefighters, police, coal miners, oil workers, oil riggers out there, iron workers, loggers, police and military, people that risk their lives to not only help feed the family, but that do it their job for a good cause.
We do. And it's going to be our demise unless you start waking up and start fighting for somebody else.
Yeah, because you want democracy, which this country never was founded under democracy. It was a republic the whole entire time, a constitutionalist republic.
Go look at Albania right now.
Yeah, Albania is not even a country I would compare to this that we live in, into the United States. That's laughable.
Jared Kushner's trying to build a big resort on their island. They don't want it. Those people have a 20.
You just said they have poverty. You just said they have poverty. And then they make money. What is it? I'm really that confused? To me, it sounds like you're trying to hide the fact that it's socialistic.
$1,000 a month is what they earn.
All right. So here's what poverty means: the state of lacking the financial resources, material possessions, and basic necessities required to maintain a minimum standard of living. And then you're claiming that these people make such and such $100 or $1,000 a year. Right there, that's a contradiction. What is it? Are they poor or lacking thereof the financial resources, material possessions, and basic necessities required to maintain a minimum standard of living? Or are they not? That was a lie that I just got you on.
And yet they've been protesting for 2 weeks now. They're poor.
Oh, but you said that they allegedly make a lot of money. And then now you're doubling down. So obviously you have no fucking clue what you're saying. You're just saying whatever the fuck you want because you're trying to make it sound like you know something when you don't know jack shit.
They can't afford to do it, but they do it because it's necessary.
They do it not because it's necessary, but they do it because they're pissed. If they do it at all. That's why they're not as good of a country as we are here. Duh.
If Americans don't start pushing back against the rich people,
you realize that not everyone here in America is rich, right? You do understand that your whole thinking of taxing the rich and trying to pretend Robin Hood, which you're not playing Robin Hood, you're pretty much playing the thief. You're stealing, not only metaphorically taking money from the rich, which honestly, okay, rich, yes, should be equally taxed just as much as anyone else should, but you're not helping the poor. You're contradicting what you want. You want, basically, you should just be honest. You want a socialistic, communist, schmatzied propaganda country than a capitalist, great country that we should thrive under. That's what you want. Be honest.
And take your country back. I'll tell you right now, you're going to have about 1% of the population that's going to own all of the wealth.
That's 1%. That is like 1%, meaning 1% of that is very small. Very drastically small, if that even counts for anything. So how can only, if they're allegedly only 1%, which it's not even correct, at all. There's a few people and companies, yeah, that are rich, but people like Elon, Jeff Bezos, Mark Zuckerberg, sure, maybe Trump a little, but Trump gives it back. Trump does use his own money. People have proven that from time and time again that Trump uses his own money to help. But those small amount of rich people don't make up for the none amount of rich people. So you're just basically allegedly targeting certain people that, yeah, are allegedly considered rich because you think that everyone else is rich.
And they're going to have us all fighting over breadcrumbs.
No, that's what's going to happen when we live in a communist country.
This is not left versus right.
Are you sure?
Red versus blue, Democrat versus Republican. This is the rich people and capitalism destroying this country.
Okay, sure. Says the middle-aged grandpa that sits in his car and looks like a complete fool every day in his videos is telling me how capitalism and it's not about the left versus the right when sure it's now good versus evil, but it's not anything to do with capitalism. It's just you don't like capitalism. Okay, Grandpa, just please get the fuck out of the country if you don't like it and stay out if you don't like our fucking country. We have no quarrels with you moving.
This man sold his farm for $10 to try to do something right, and greedy rich white men decided they can make a buck off of it, and their
corporations are going to buy land from people. You can either tell them no, go get fucked, stay fucked, and or legally fight for your land, or fight for your land the way that you should be able to by defending it and tell them to get fucked, or allow them to take your land. Sure, he didn't want that. The guy didn't want it. But in the end, you know how companies are going to be. Companies are going to do what they can to try to buy things from under us. Because money talks. You're right, it does. But some people aren't foolish and stupid to believe in it and take it the way that you think. We take money when we've worked and earned it, not just because some fucked up company wants to buy shit from us.
going to ruin the lives of
Like our land.
all these innocent people.
You don't give a shit about innocent people. So don't give me that horse hockey bullshit, Gramps. Cut the crap.
Around this data center so they can make a couple of bucks.
Gee, I bet you have a job. So guess what that entails? Capitalism.
It's about time.
You buy plane tickets to go to other countries. Capitalism. You spend money on other countries. Capitalism. And you spend money here. Capitalism. Gee, it sounds so much like capitalism is the universal world in some certain countries. Or they still use currency. Even though they may not be 100% allegedly capitalistic, but yeah, they do use it because of money.
Let me stand up, y'all.
Yeah, it's time not to be an idiot like this Gramps over here, y'all.
It's about time you start giving a damn about somebody else other than yourself.
I would say you should be the first one to do that there, Huckleberry. Because you're the one that's saying, I'll be your Huckleberry. And you're provoking people to do this. So why don't you do it then?
Just because it doesn't affect you. Capitalism is not all it's cracked up to be.
Oh, it is. You just hate it because you're a socialist. Kind of attitude proves it. That you think socialism works better. Okay, Gramps.
It ends in oligarchy. And right now,
No, what oligarchy ends up in is with the socialistic states.
it's ending up really bad, and you can see that.
Yeah, no, that's not happening.
Have a good day.
All right, guys. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe. See y'all later.